5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
AM in the PM only on A2D Radio. Tom and Brent, these guys are fucking awesome.
Could the 76ers come at a better time? This is Tom and Greg, AM into PM, only on A2D Radio. We are live from the Real Talk Studios, like we are every Wednesday night. And every Wednesday night, we are brought to you by ATSSportPicks.com. That's ATSSportPicks.com. Listen, you want to win some money gambling? Don't listen to us. Listen to professionals when it comes to gambling and use promo code A2D. Get 20% off. All right, so you get 20% off whatever package you decide to buy from them. So I would tell you to go buy a little bit extra of a package because you're getting the 20% off.
Yeah, get the season long.
And listen, they're going to win you money, so it's ATSSportPicks.com. We got a jam-packed show. Phil's managerial search at the end of the show. Eagles versus Bills, World Series live reactions, and a Sixers end-of-game / post-game reaction all going on tonight. Got Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Greg Mwakovic, Robbie Pove over there on the ones and twos. So, family, like we talked about, we'll get into later shows at Joe Girardi, Eagles, Bills preview, score predictions, offensive, defensive player of the game, World Series going on right now. Still believe 2-2, right?
It's 2-2, yeah.
Still 2-2. And Sixers up 13 right now with 5:42 left in the fourth. So it couldn't have come at a better time, and it ties right into our poll question, which makes me semi-nervous a little bit on how things have gone in this city over the last, say, 9 months. But it's the Sixers will win 60 games or more this year. The Sixers will win 60 games or more. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. And listen, the over-under, I believe, is 54.
And a half.
Yep. So 60's a lot. It truly is. And why I'm nervous is really because when I look at the way this city's going, when you talk about the Phillies and everybody believing it was a World Series team that didn't even make the playoffs.
Yep.
And then you fast forward to the Eagles, right, where we're at right now, and it was Broad Street. It was broad or bust. Broad or bust, and they get a 3-4 football team right now. So do I think this is a damn good basketball team and the beast in the East? Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. But 60's a lot. So go ahead, Greg.
It is.
Go ahead.
No, it is a lot. I didn't want to.
And we'll read off everything tonight, too, by the way. Everything you got, we'll read off.
I didn't want to cop out and just go 55. So I went 60. Yeah, I'm going to disagree, but I think they're close. 60 only leaves you, 22 games to lose, right? 82 games. So, I'm in that 57, 58 range for them.
Okay.
And is where my win total is. I just think as the season goes on, you may see a little bit of not babying of Joe, but, concerning minutes-wise of Joe to where he might not play as impactful minutes and time as we would normally see in a season because of our depth, and especially Horford and what he does and brings to the team. So I'm a disagree, but I'm just slightly under.
Now you're doing this to me. Okay. Now you're doing this to me. Guy comes up with the poll, and he's going to go to disagree with it. Ryan?
I thought I'd be the only one, and I might be.
Well, I'll tell you what I was going, but now you changed my mind. But go ahead, Ryan.
No, you're not the only one. I have this team at 58 wins, and for the same kind of reasons as you do, Greg. We've talked about it. They've kind of talked about it ever since last season kind of ended, that they were going to take more of a cautious approach to Joel Embiid. Now, with that being said, Joel Embiid's not the only basketball player on this team. We have other pieces of this team now to where we don't have to rely as much on him.
Well, why you said Joel Embiid, 23 minutes tonight, okay, and you have a 12-point lead with 4:21 to go in the fourth quarter against the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to take that into consideration on what you just said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to play him 30, 35 early on in the year
Right.
and then not have the best guy you want come playoff time. But go ahead.
I think also, like I said, they're going to kind of look. I'm not saying they're going to treat him like Kawhi because Kawhi's in his own kind of bubble on the the load management. Now you're going to hear a lot of that with Joel Embiid. At least it's not minutes restriction as we heard for years and years and years, which would was nauseating at that point. So I don't think it's going to be as much of get as many wins as possible, but that also contradicts what Brett Brown is saying on we want the number 1 seed. So that would push to, okay, we want to get as many wins. So it's interesting and it's kind of confusing because the Sixers, not us as a fan base, the actual organization has hinted at both of taking a cautious approach, building for the playoffs, keeping guys fresh, but also, hey, we want the number 1 seed. I think, and this could be kind of surprising to people, I say we still get the number 1 seed without winning 60 games. I have us going 58 wins and winning.
Well, because the East isn't what it's been either,
No,
too.
no.
I mean,
Right.
teams have stepped back. I mean,
Yep.
I would talk about Brogdon loss for the Bucks, and people act like that ain't a big loss.
Yeah.
You can act like it ain't, but I'm going to tell you when it comes to finishing first in Eastern Conference, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
Because to me, you guys both went disagree, and I was more like a 56. But now the more I'm thinking about and talking about it, the more I watch this extremely long, extremely athletic basketball team tonight. When come out in the third quarter, which great ones do.
Yep.
Right, and say, we're going to dominate this basketball game from here on out. Wow.
That was pretty.
Wow, what a one-hander from Ben Simmons. So now we're
And then
up.
he gave him a little
Put that in
shrug.
the frame.
I'm saying
Put that in the
we're up
frame.
15 with Joel Embiid playing 23 minutes tonight. Okay,
Yeah.
that tells you about this basketball team. They are long, they are athletic, then they flat out defend. I mean, you're holding the Boston Celtics 83 points. They can score the basketball.
Yeah.
And remember, they lost guys, but Kemba's in addition of a flat out scorer.
Yeah.
All right, and Tatum can score. Now, Jaylen Brown foul issues hurt him tonight,
Yeah.
but still, you're holding them to 83 points.
Absolutely.
Okay, and this is what I expect from this basketball team. And how weak the East is, I'll say I agree. I'll say the Sixers win 60 games on the button. Okay, right on the button. 60.
Yeah.
Because the East is weak. If you have me out West, I'm going to tell you 53, 54
Right.
because I got every night's a playoff game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Every night's in a Western Conference final. So, the fact that I'm in the East, are there good teams in the East? Yes. Do I think Boston's going to be a competitive team? Yes. Do I look at Indiana as being competitive? Yes. Now Detroit beat them tonight, but still, do I look at them to be competitive? Yes. Do I look at the Heat to be competitive? Not like people think. All right.
Yeah,
No, the biggest one's the
shocking
Bucks.
around the Heat. The shocking news is like people think the Heat are going to be good. I don't really
Butler
see
didn't even
that.
play tonight.
No,
Which is crazy.
personal reasons.
Personal.
But
Never change.
it's what it was. Can you believe it? Game one, you got personal reasons.
He's already having second
Right?
thoughts.
You're practicing at 3 a.m. in the morning to get ready for it. Now you got personal reasons.
That was personal.
It's just unbelievable. Sayonara, right? I mean, I like Josh Richardson better. I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you, I'm gonna scream that from the rooftops. Okay, better defender in my opinion, more athletic in my opinion. Okay, and can give you the same numbers that you're getting from Jimmy for the most part.
Yeah.
Now is he going to go off for a 30 or 35 or no? I don't think so like that. But can he give you what he gave you tonight, nightly? What's he give you, 16 tonight so far, I believe?
15, yeah.
15.
And the most exciting part about this, and this is just on the surface before you really take a deep dive of it, all 5 of our starters. And when this happened in years past, even going back to last year, we would have our own little mini parade just because of how good it was. Everybody in the starting 5 in double digits in scoring.
Which is what you expect and
Yeah.
what you're going to need.
And with Joel Embiid, like we said, limited as far as minutes, even when he played, he didn't play that well, 5 for 14. So it was Joel Embiid limited minutes and a Joel Embiid that didn't play that great.
Well, a team-
and you still look at the score.
Yeah, well, a team that didn't play we didn't play as good as I think we're going to play
Horrible.
throughout
the
this
first
year.
half wasn't
But
good.
you
Horrible.
understand, they got to get a lot of get known,
Yep.
a lot of
Oh,
get to
yeah,
know
yeah.
each other going on here with a few new pieces in the starting 5. But
Yep.
and overall, it's the best starting 5 in the East,
Yeah.
hands down. And you can argue
Definitely.
that it can be the best starting 5 in basketball. You can argue that. Now, right now, we got time's going to tell on that. But right now, that's how I look at this team. They're just too long for teams, and they can run the court. And I think that's going to be the big difference maker for them moving forward. But I absolutely had this team as the first seed in the Eastern Conference, and I hate to say, but it's Eastern Conference Finals or bust to me.
Absolutely.
I just expect a lot.
Well, like we talked about last week, the last 2 seasons, while the expectations weren't nearly as high as where they are, today with this current team, you have a trend. You have back-to-back playoff appearances ending in the second round.
Yep.
Sure, you got to Game 7 and, with 4, let's say unlucky bounces away from possibly not only moving on to the conference finals, but going on to the NBA finals and possibly winning it. But it's a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know what I'm saying? It's a trend. And you need to break that trend. So as dangerous as it is to say Eastern Conference Finals or bust, or even Finals or bust, just because it's such a high type of, benchmark, if you want to call it, that's just the way it is. There's no question that this team on the court and just all throughout the organization has improved over the last 3 years, especially going from last year to this year. So your expectations need to go up.
Well, I mean, when you go out and you max Tobias, right? You bring in Horford, and then you bring in Josh Richardson like you did. Expectations are going to go up.
Absolutely.
As they should. And you have two generational players here in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons had a hell of a night tonight so far.
And if they had the years that we think they could, they potentially both can be in the top 10 of the MVP voting.
I'm expecting it, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that the other night, too.
I think it'll be tough for one of them to necessarily win because I think they're going to battle each other for votes.
I think it's going to be tougher for Joel.
You know what I mean?
He's going to be playing less games.
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. And I it's always tough to say finals or bust because there's so many variables that happen in a season.
We talk about health, right? We talk about a healthy team, finals or bust, right?
Yes.
I'm not talking about a banged up one.
Right.
So at the end of the day, this is my fight.
Oh,
Should
have been N1, too.
But I think, but the Eastern Conference Finals or bust is the next logical step for this team. And if they don't get there, it would have to be a disappointing season.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Listen, you're up 14 points against a good basketball team.
Yeah.
A team that you couldn't beat, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's over.
Yep.
Okay, when you look at if you want to tell me the Nets are going to be competitive, fine, you can. But they're not going to be the team they are until KD's there.
Correct.
Okay, so they are what they are right now. They're a 4 seed, a 5 seed, because the East is weaker.
Yeah, and Kyrie's still good.
They're going to be
it's us in
very
Milwaukee.
inconsistent.
Yep.
I mean, that's going to be the team that when we face off against in the East is like, how do we match up against them?
Yeah.
And I think how long and athletic we are is going to bring them problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think it is.
No, you're absolutely right.
The Greeks a problem. But I think when he's going to match up against the length that this team brings, especially starting 5, I ain't even talking about the bench yet.
Yep.
I'm just talking about how long the 5 is. That's trouble for anybody.
And that's not even accounting for the fact that, because I would imagine, we would all expect at some point we're not going to stay status quo with this roster. There's going to be something, like I would say if you could project a change happening before the deadline, it's probably get another shooter off the bench or something, which we're not even playing that into we're talking about as is.
Right.
We're
Game
not talking
one.
about if they make improvements with the roster. We're not talking about if certain guys like a Thibault or, for example, like other players like Zaire, if he can ever get on the court. We're not even talking about those guys to where if they can have any factor coming onto the floor. We're talking about our starting 5 and a couple guys on the bench.
Yeah.
Who knows if a Thibault, like no one was talking about Thibault, and I'm saying and he looks really good.
Yeah, no, he's given a lot of good minutes tonight.
And
I don't like this from Bill. I mean, Bill says Celtics sucks. They lost everyone. No, they didn't lose everyone. First off, they lost Kyrie and Horford and probably maybe somebody else.
One of the twins.
Yeah,
the
Morris.
Morris.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they brought in Kemba. So
Kemba.
They and then Gordon Hayward's expected to, obviously
better than he was.
Be better than he was. I mean, every year I would assume after that injury he'll be better. I mean, he had 25 tonight, so he played really well. So to tell me that they're not good.
They brought in Enes Kanter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kanter's
he's not
good.
good.
You're talking about Jalen Brown, Kemba Walker, Kanter, Tatum, and Hayward in your 5. You're going to be good,
And
especially
you just maxed out Brown, so you
Especially-
obviously like him.
Yeah, and you're talking about in the Eastern Conference too. Like they're going to be competitive.
Yep.
Okay. Jeff Lohmeyer, Sixers, Trailblazers finals.
Ooh.
Trailblazers would need-
I love that.
Trailblazers
I
would
love
need
that.
to make a splash for that to happen
Yeah.
in some way. Status quo, no. The West is just too good for them to get in. I like it as a dark horse, though.
They would probably have to trade Nurkic to get somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because they have 2 centers. They have Whiteside and Nurkic. So if they traded one of those, kind of in a package to get somebody, then yeah. But no, I like that team, especially for the regular season.
Yeah, and Dan says something. Dan Shyrock says, or Shyok. Did we notice tonight that the guys were guarding Ben at the 3-point line and not sagging off and
respected
off in what we did all night? Yeah. Well, listen, you talk about that, like when you put together this basketball team that you have now, right, that you want to win inside out, they have to guard you there. You cannot have them sag like Toronto did last year to us. You just can't. You have to just respect it a little bit. And just videos of him shooting it is like, oh, yeah, I got to respect that a little bit. I've seen tape of it now. Like, even though it's a practice or whatever, like I see he's shooting it. So I gotta respect it.
And even with just today's sports, all these guys work out together.
Yeah, they
You know
know.
what I mean? So they know.
Did
Oh
anybody?
my God. Who was that?
Horford.
That was Al.
I think we have a Raul Neto.
We do have a
sighting,
Raul.
too.
Yeah,
Raul.
get a minute.
Raul.
Gina Rambo. Hey, fellas. Hey, Gina.
Hey, Gina.
What else we got? I'm reading. Rob Brinkman. My money is on Ben for MVP. 41-1 odds. That's great odds.
Great odds.
I
Great
like that
odds.
a lot. Rob.
And I think, you have something there if he truly develops some sort of outside game.
Well, you know what's funny? And number one, did you guys get a chance to watch? He put it on his YouTube channel, but it was also on TV. He did like an exclusive. It's like a 30-minute like vlog type thing. Ben Simmons of like what his summer was with him working out and just everything.
Right.
I know like the sample size has been small since he's been with the Sixers. Like we really haven't seen him speak. You know what I mean? Like we hear stuff about him, but that's about it. Is he hurt, by the way?
No, he's fine.
He had a bloody lip, but no.
No, yeah. Well, I saw him walk off, and now
I just
No,
think
he thought the game
I just
was
think he
over.
thought the game was over.
And
They
all-
put 3/10
and the
back.
fans waved them back.
But I saw a confidence in him, almost like he's now comfortable. And I'm not saying being comfortable in the NBA is good because you don't want to get kind of lackadaisical. You know what I'm saying? But the confidence. And like we talked about the report, a couple months ago out of the summer that the love for the game had
That's what I was
returned.
going to say. That's the
It's
big one.
obvious the way he talks about it. He's talking about, not getting into bad habits anymore. That everyone talks about no days off. For him, it's one day off. That way the mind can recharge.
Yeah.
But it's big that now he's learned that taking the one day off is important, but not making it come into a habit. Like just the way he was talking, I'm like,
And
this is
then-
Ben Simmons.
And then to back it up, I mean, 24 points tonight, 11
Yeah.
for 16 from the field. Didn't attempt a three. I don't give a shit.
No.
2 for 5 from the line. Needs to do better there, obviously. But 8 rebounds, 9 assists. I mean, what else can I ask for?
Yeah.
Tobias, fine. I mean, he's going to shoot better. He's 2 for 5 from 3, 6 from 11. Not bad.
They were all bad early,
15
though. So,
points, right?
Yep.
Horford finished with 16. Embiid in only 23 minutes with 15. So, I mean, I believe it was 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On me. All right, and then Richardson finished with, I believe, 15.
16, somewhere in that range.
And
But yeah,
and he left a lot out there shooting wise as well.
Yep.
He left a lot out there, so
And
that
then
could have easily been in the 20s.
And all that's being said, you got a 107-93 victory.
And what
against
was-
a blowout. Like, you blew them out, and then you play your best basketball. You know why? Because what wins? What's going to win championships?
Defense.
What wins championships? I got to get palmsy. I got to get up in and be able to defend the wings in this league. Okay, I gotta defend the likes of Kawhi Leonard in this league. The Freak, all these guys that are versatile and are lengthy, the Kevin Durant's of the world. I gotta be able to defend that. So when people talked about I don't like the thigh ball, I would have went Carson Edwards. I said, do we know what we just lost on? We just lost on because we can't get enough here. Well, guess what we did tonight? We had an NBA team, under 100, and it was 93.
yeah.
Right? When you look through the scores tonight, right? You look through the box scores tonight. I don't believe ain't nobody under that. Ain't none of the finals. Cleveland, Orlando was. Well, both teams stink. Okay, you know what I mean? Like Charlotte, Chicago didn't stop shooting. Detroit, Indy, way over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is a league of scoring.
I'm going to see what Fultz did tonight.
So what's going to separate you from all the rest of the teams that can score?
Is being able to defend.
Can
'Cause-
I defend?
And 2 years in a row, when Boston knocked us out,
What'd they do?
It was the wings.
And
You
what
know?
did they do well? They defended well.
They defended well.
And the thing I'll touch on, you brought it up last week, and it's a great point. The opportunity for the deflections, the defense that's going to create that. And we talked about, well, if they cause deflections, which they did a lot tonight, that's going to cause the fast breaks, which Ben Simmons, that's just where he lives.
Yep.
And we talked about it to where that's on opening night. And
Yeah.
they played one half basketball. They didn't truly wake up until the final, what would you say, Greg, 4 minutes of the half?
Well, it was funny
Third quarter,
right
really.
before
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well, they took the
They
lead
were-
going into the half by 1, and then they came out in the third quarter and they outscored. We outscored them 28-20 in the third and 30-25 in the fourth. So there's your separation.
There was a timeout.
But yeah, sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're right. And a little bit in the second because you outscored them. They outscored us 25-20 in the first.
Yeah.
We outscored them 29-23 in the second to put us up 1. And then the third quarter we came out, which good teams do, and we dominated 28-20 and then finished it off in the fourth.
And that was it all in the final 5 minutes because it looked like it was like a minute
Yeah.
and 40 left to go, and we were down by 5. And I said to Greg, I'm like, oh, it looks like we're going to be down by 7 going in the half. We're going to be pissed. Turns out we go out of there. We're walking into the tunnel going up 1.
Yeah, and they were saying one of the last timeouts of the half, right around the 3-4 minute mark.
Yeah.
Al Horford was in that huddle saying, "Yo, lock in for this last 3 minutes. Close out everything, lock in, and we're going to be there."
Leader talk.
And it was exactly that. He was in the huddle. Briggs, what are you looking at, dude? He's in the huddle and he's being that guy. Then that's what you signed him for.
Yeah.
That's why you colluded to sign him.
Yeah, true.
Mikey Klinkoff, to answer the question, I will say agree.
Ooh, Clinky.
What's up, Clink?
What up, Clinks?
If they don't, then they suck. Screw yourself, Michael.
The freaking Brooklyn Nets.
Mama Ormsby.
How's Pittsburgh's team?
Mama Ormsby. Hey, fan. Hey, Mama.
What up, Ma?
Hey, dog.
I know.
Quentin Bass. Tatum is a bum. Dude training with Kobe can't go over 30 in a game.
Is he talking shit on his brother?
And I said, I said, listen, Quentin,
Oh, it's just Quentin. I thought it was James Tatum.
And I said, listen, Quentin, we play great defense tonight. This is what I expect from this basketball
Yeah.
team. So then wing guys like Tatum, you're going to shut their ass down.
Yeah.
Because you can defend the damn wing. Thibault can defend the wing big time for you, and people want to tell me he's Robert Covington. Listen to me. Robert Covington never played defense like I've watched from Thibault in his whole career. Robert Covington was great in the passing lanes. There was one point in, I think it was by the end of the middle of the second, that he already had 5 deflections and a steal.
Yeah.
Like 5 deflections and a steal. That's just handsy, and I love handsy. Quentin Bass.
That's got to be on a T-shirt.
Look, that's fine.
I love Hansy.
No.
Best in the business.
Looking at our schedule, teams we're going to play, we're going to run through the East. No, I agree, Quentin.
Yeah.
I agree. Gina, peace out later, Gina.
Later, Gina.
Christian Carroll, man, I like this Kyle Quinn guy. A lot more athletic than Boban. Yeah, just a little bit.
Apparently Kylie Jenner might as well.
Just a little bit, brother. But, yeah, I mean, how can you not like what you saw here on opening night?
Yeah.
I mean, you flat out freaking dominated. You didn't play your best basketball.
I'll ask you guys this, because this goes big into Ben Simmons, especially if you talk about, your expectations for MVP candidate, top 10, top 5. And I've had a lot of disagreements with people about this, because the big thing is shooting. As we saw tonight, you talked about it. He didn't shoot tonight. I don't really give a damn. It doesn't matter. What do you care about more? Him shooting or him playing aggressive?
Aggressive.
Thank you. That's the right answer, Greg? Just
Well,
say shooting.
now they know the right answer. No.
Then you'll say shooting.
Can there be a combo with both?
Well, of course.
Well, no, because
on
the
Sunday.
willingness to shoot, I think, goes into being aggressive.
Yes. Well,
So showing that willingness to shoot is getting that killer instinct that we need from that guy, even if he's not going to be that knockdown shooter.
see, I disagree to a point, because as we've seen, like I used to talk about, I would still like to, that he is the aggressiveness, just a little aggressiveness away from being Giannis light. Because,
Better.
well, or better, too. If you would say better?
Yep,
Okay.
because he's already doing what he's done without the pure aggressiveness
True.
that we would like to see, without
true.
being able to shoot the 3 ball a little bit, without being able to have a mid-range game, whatever the case may be. He just develops a mid-range game, which he seems to have, right? It could be over because he does the other things.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, not that Giannis G don't rebound, but okay.
Just
So-
keeping you updated.
So what? That dude's out there talking shit. That's cute.
Just keeping you updated.
Yeah, no, I mean that's cute. I can't even do this right now.
Sorry, I had to show you.
I don't even know where I was.
No, you're saying
The
he could be better than Giannis if he's a little more aggressive.
Yeah, like I feel like if he's aggressive enough, why can't he be?
No, I don't disagree. I just
Yeah.
need to see it before I'm going to put him against.
I'm not.
You know.
I'm talking about a guy who was raw too, though, Greg. You
Yeah,
know
no,
what I mean?
he absolutely was.
Like I'm talking about a guy who was raw. So this guy was raw, and when he was raw, it was better than his raw. If that makes sense,
Yeah,
right? Like
that's true.
Like Ben's raw was better than Giannis's raw. Better than Giannis's raw dog, like the Kendall. You know what I mean? When Ben was raw and Kendall early on, it's better than Giannis when he was.
By the way,
when he was going raw dog.
reportedly those two are back together. Reportedly.
I don't give a shit. I ain't even concerned with myself with personal lives.
I'm a little concerned.
I can't be.
He was riding bikes with her.
That's fine. He dropped 25. You can ride.
Well, and I'm not saying
Start
tonight
riding
because
tandems.
the bikes weren't there.
Start riding tandems.
We can't go back to that. We can't do that again. But the reason why I asked that question, and Greg, the perfect world is both.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Because if it's both, he's the MVP. It's not even like he might be the MVP or he might be a candidate. Like if he does that on a consistent basis, he is the MVP. Like LeBron can come see him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
He can go to the Fountain of Youth and be like, oh, I remember that. I remember that.
Remember when I should have went to Philly?
Yeah. Like, could I have made a movie out in Philly? Maybe. But again, it would have been too late. But the reason why I say that, it's because we saw a lot of it, except for maybe 2 games, mainly against Brooklyn in the playoffs, to where he didn't shoot and he wasn't aggressive.
Right.
He would go fast and then he'd do the pull-up and he'd pass it off and then he'd disappear in the corner.
Yeah.
When he's not even doing that,
Fair ball.
then he truly becomes one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Which
Ben,
in the
Ben,
playoffs,
Ben.
yes.
Yeah.
To where at the minimum, if he's not going to shoot, which I want him to shoot, obviously, especially just because it's awesome to see him shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like I had my own celebration when he had the preseason shoot. I screamed. I woke up the neighbors, and I don't even really have neighbors.
You don't have neighbors.
No, the neighbors are the deer. The deer were afraid. So I had my own celebration game 1 against friggin' the Japanese team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if he does that in the regular season, let alone a playoff game, who knows where I'm going to be just in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, if he's just aggressive, if he's charging the hoop consistently, just putting pressure on it, then he's so much better as it is. That's why we talk about, and I think especially you and I, Tom, and Greg, you are as well, we're really hard on him, really hard on Ben Simmons. Not because we hate him, not because we're trying to be Negadelphia. It's because we know what he can be.
Yeah, I see greatness. I see a guy that because what happens in the playoffs is now the palms up becomes even bigger, right?
Yeah.
So now guys get up in you, which is we're going to do even better than teams. This is why we're going to the NBA Finals, okay? Because we're going to do it better than any team in the damn East. I'm going to tell you that right now. And Sean Kyle said, why aren't you talking about Thibault? I've been blowing the guy. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? I told you anybody, and Rye, I said it's the Rye not knowing he was a Carson Edwards guy. I said anybody that want Carson Edwards over Thibault is a fucking moron and didn't watch how we just lost. We just lost because we couldn't wing defend.
No, and he's
For
not
the
wrong.
last
He's not wrong at all.
3 years in the playoffs, our main Achilles heel is the wing defenders.
Yeah.
Rocco was not good enough or physical enough to be a wing defender against the likes of what you're going to go against the deeper you go in the playoffs. And that wasn't a shot at you.
No.
It was just like, hey, Carson Edwards to the naked eye is like, oh, we need a scorer. Listen, we have plenty of scoring. We need to be able to we need guys that come in and have roles and fit them roles and shut a guy down. And like Sean Gauzy, did you see what he did to Kemba tonight?
Yeah.
And that's a guy that's a lot quicker than
And he's guarding a point guard.
Yep.
Well,
a lot
and
quicker.
we want him as a wing defender, and he's guarding a point guard.
What's killed us over the last 3 years? What position?
Point guards.
Point guards.
Oh, yeah.
Point guards have
Kemba
roasted
lit
us.
Jimmy up for 60 last year.
Roasted us. And now Josh Richardson and Thibault are better defenders than what you had.
Absolutely.
They're better.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'll be the first one to tell you I did not like that pick whatsoever. I was handsy for Bruno Fernando and Carson Edwards.
Well, because what happens is the tournament gets you like that.
Well, I mean,
like when a guy like Carson Edwards goes off, it's gonna draw a lot of attention.
to be honest with you, it was to a degree, but it wasn't even that. And I'm blanking on his name. The guy who comes off the bench, he's the sixth man for Toronto, who killed us, who was awesome against the Warriors. He's the shooter off the bench, little guy. He was like undrafted.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Van Vliet.
Yeah. I wanted one of those because we just spent a month of watching him go off against us, going off against the Warriors. I'm like, oh, where can I get some of that? You know what I'm saying? And then Carson Edwards is kind of, number one, he's way smaller than Van Vliet, but he's a scorer. So I was in that mindset of, we got to get instant scoring off the bench. Just because we were depending on James Ennis and Boban Marjanovic in the playoffs to where that was our situation. So when I saw, we're getting a guy who, he can defend better than anybody in the draft, but he couldn't really score, which showing he made drastic improvements with scoring.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. And also, again, I'll be the first one to tell you I wanted Taco Fall. So my opinion of the draft was changing. Which I'll still take Taco. Again, I'll take him just for the name itself.
But it's Wednesday. It's not Tuesday anymore.
Jeff Lohmeyer says.
I'll take Taco Wednesday.
Jeff Lohmeyer saes Steph Curry for MVP. Could be. I mean, obviously his touches are going to go up.
Well, I'll tell you what. If they still make the playoffs or at least are a top-ish seed, you'd have to almost,
I don't know if they do it though.
There's a lot. Yeah, I mean,
Good,
they
they're
might.
still good.
Well, but here's the thing: they need Curry, and Curry's getting hurt 3 times a year now.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, D'Angelo Russell, Draymond Green, and Curry is still good.
Yeah.
It's still good.
I don't know if it's good enough in the West, though. If it's in the East, they might be the 2 seed.
Yeah, in the East they're battling with us, but I just think I think it's enough. I do. I think it's enough for them to be like a 4. I just believe it because when you win, you sort of build that knowing how to win type
That's true.
shit.
Yeah.
But if he can stay healthy, to your point, if he can stay healthy, then they can be a 3.
I saw Kerr said the other day he doesn't expect Clay at all
No,
this
at
year.
all. And nor should he.
All.
And nor should he, Greg.
No, I
Because
don't.
The guy, an ACL, you're talking about one of your franchise guys. You gave him a max contract. And
Don't push it.
Yeah, why would I put his health at risk?
Yeah.
I want him to be the best player he can be when he comes back from this injury. Christian Carroll says, Girardi, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's my guy. I'll buy season tickets. I know he listens. John Middleton loves to listen to social media and what people have to say. Well, there you go, John. You get, stupid money because I'll get season tickets. Deion Brown, Cam Front. I did like what I saw from this team tonight. Joel took a beating. LOL. Wow. Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did. And he got
Bloody
right
lip.
up. And he got right up. And listen, again, like 23 minutes out of Joel Embiid, and you flat out dominate the Boston Celtics. So that's all you got to say about tonight.
No.
And what wins? Defense wins. Okay, you got to be able to defend guys, and another great job of that tonight. What we expected. So I expect this to carry over and continue all year.
I'll ask you guys, and we'll go more broad later, but while we're talking Sixers, and fam, join in with this as well. Give me one bold prediction for the Sixers this year.
Well, Ben Simmons was MVP. That's my bold one. Now, that's player-wise. Now, team-wise, my bold, and I don't think it's even that goddamn bold, is that we'll be on Broad Street. I mean, they're my 2 bolds. Ben Simmons was MVP. He's a bold one. And we'll be on Broad Street. And I would say Joel because Joel's my guy. But it's hard because I just don't think he's going to get the minutes.
Right.
Even though he'll play 25 minutes and score 25 points. If he was playing 30, 32 minutes, 34 minutes,
right,
then he would be my guy. But Beans, I have him around 23 to 28 early on because they really want to help this freshest guy they can have in the playoffs. So I'm gonna go. Ben's my bold, and team wise, I'll see you all, bro.
If they're the team that we think they are, the number 1 seed, Matisse Thybulle, Rookie of the Year.
Thought of that.
The impact he had tonight, Game 1. You know what I mean?
No, if you're a second-team all-defensive player as a rookie,
well, that's what I'm saying.
You're gonna find yourself in that conversation at least.
And then, team. If I already have them in Eastern Conference Finals or bust, the team is absolutely championship.
For me, I'm not. I expect Simmons.
We can beat anybody in the West. I don't give a shit about the West.
Oh yeah.
I ain't scared of no Ghost. I ain't Sam Darnold.
I see Ghost? It's like I'm seeing Ghost out there.
It's the boogeyman.
It's the boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
I want the Patriots defense so bad.
I'll
Can
take
we
half
just
of their
swap
defense.
it?
I'll take
Can I
half
just
of it.
take all you guys and bring them here? I love every one of you guys.
I'll take their preseason defense. You understand me? I'll take their practice squad
With Bill's
defense.
mind. With Bill's
Yes,
mind. Like,
yes.
can Bill just say, I'm tired of being a head coach and come to be a defensive coordinator?
Did you see that too? Like, they're up 24-0.
I can't take my eyes off
He's
of it.
grilling them on the sidelines.
That's what he does.
I can't take my eyes off of it.
Well, when you win that many championships, you can do that.
Absolutely, sorry.
I expect Ben Simmons to be in the top 5 MVP candidate, so that's not going to be my bold one. My bold one, and I even questioned because I thought of it on the way up here. I questioned, is this even possible? And I thought, yeah, of course it is. Tobias Harris is an MVP candidate. We expect him to take a major step forward. We expect him to be the quote-unquote closer.
Right.
A lot of shooting opportunities. JJ's gone. Jimmy's gone. So that's 2 guys that were taking the ball away from him, taking the final minutes away from him.
Sure.
I would say Tobias Harris could be a candidate. I'm not saying he's going to win it, but he's going to be in the conversation.
I'm gonna go off. Go ahead. Yeah, I agree. Tobias is in the conversation of what again? Sorry.
MVP.
MVP.
That's your bold one?
Yeah.
Okay, and your team bold?
Oh, God. We sweep the Lakers in the finals because
Okay.
I expect to win the finals.
No, I like that even
like,
more. I like that you went
I'm
sweet.
I'm expecting to be in a parade.
We're brooming.
There to be an A2D radio float
Yup.
in the parade.
And we set brooms up.
Yes.
Brooming. We're brooming
Yes.
everything.
We're sweeping
the streets of
sweeping down
Philadelphia.
We'll have
Broad
official
Street.
T-shirts, Broad Street, baby, with a picture of you running, just running.
That'll happen shortly.
Yes.
Not within the first week of the year. I'm
Yes.
gonna let that build up. But Bill, this is why I got to destroy you at times, Bill. Okay, I love you to death. I love your comments. I love that you love us, but sometimes you're so damn wrong that it's comical to me.
We love the love.
Right? Because you fed, when he first started this comment, I'm like, he gets it. He understands it. Right? And I'm going to read it to you. Kemba was 4 for 18, and the team shot 36% from the field. When that starts, let me read it again. Kemba was 4 for 18, and the team shot 36% from the field. Where do you think he's going?
Good defensive performance.
Right?
They played bad.
Oh, that too.
Well, that's because you're a crumb just like he is. And he goes, he goes on, missed 1 million free throws, and we're out rebounded by 21. But the Celtics don't stink. Bill, they're out rebounded by 21 because we're the longest goddamn team in basketball. Okay? This is what I can't do this all the time with people. How easy is it? Okay? How easy is this? When you're long and athletic, and you create a culture. Oh, we're going to be up in here on you, Bill. Bill, you go to the bathroom, Bill. I'm here. Bill, you go get a shower. I'm up in it. Okay? This is the culture we're creating here. So there's a reason they shot 36%, Bill. There's a reason they got out rebounded by 21, Bill. Okay?
There's always a hand in the face.
Because this team is the best team in the Eastern Conference. Hands goddamn down. And if you tell me somebody else is, you're lying to yourself, and you need to just go watch hockey then and stay away from basketball. Because what I watched tonight is exactly what I thought I was going to get. I'm gonna make everything a problem for you tonight. Every shot you take, I'm going to out-rebound you on the glass. I'm going to limit second chance opportunities. If I do all them things like Brett's been preaching, I'm going to win 60 games.
And what was happening in the first half?
I just hate it. I love exposure.
And what was happening in the first half? We didn't get the rebounds.
I love it.
You know, they were hitting open shots. And
hold
then
on, real
when we
quick.
start locking in.
Go ahead.
But when we start locking in, that's when the game switched.
You're right. No, you're right. Go ahead.
No, I was done.
You got no more?
No.
All right, because now I'm going to go off. Eagles fans for life, 17. Kyle Meager owns the soul of A2D. That's my dog. That's a diva bitch, okay? That man ain't made for sports talk. You can go listen to his YouTube shit that he's been doing for 26 years, or 27 since he was born, and it's gotten worse. It was probably better when he was a damn infant, okay? And you continue to try to blow a guy who has zero substance to his arguments, is a diva, because when you debate him, he can't handle it and he runs and hides. That's what kittens do. That's what little girls do who can't handle sports talk. This is grown-up talk, okay? And if you can't handle it every show you've been on here, okay, you have a problem with this guy, have a problem with that guy, look in the damn mirror, honey, because you're the problem. So go put lipstick on like Joker and get out of my goddamn house. We will continue. All right?
Speaking of YouTube.
And I don't care if you got mental problems, because you do.
David Roskett chimes in.
Go lay
What's
on
up,
the couch and
A2D?
tell everybody how I'm a diva little bitch.
What's up,
Everybody
Roskett?
hates me. Nobody likes me. Rob Brinkman came at me and attacked me because you're an idiot who was protected here by me for 2 years. My God. I destroyed you every time I spoke to you. Every bet we did, I beat you on. All right? Everything I do is better than you. You'll never be as good as me in anything, and because you claim I'm an egotistical guy. No, when I talk sports, I ain't no library. Okay? I want to be fired up. I want to have a pulse going on. All right? And because I have substance to what I'm saying. And I love sports. So I'm going to bring what I can bring, and that's energy and effort like I talk about all the time. All right? I'll bury you. And I'm going to spend the next year destroying you. Because brick by brick, I'm taking your house down. And sure, I'll give you a blow to knock it all down. So, honey, get up out of my shit, put your skirt on, and go make me a brownie or something. Diva. Oh, I'm not going to say the other word. Deion Brown. Ben Simmons with 10 for 13 from the field. That's a great sign. Absolutely, brother.
Yep.
Huge sign. Huge sign.
Agreed.
Of great things to come.
Bryce Blackwell, yo, ATD.
Hey,
we
Bryce.
got to
What's up,
fix.
Bryce?
I think he's talking Eagles. We got to fix the roster and coaching. I'm not going to go there yet. We are too old, need speed. And yeah, losing D-Jax hurt the speed side of it, but
We need hands.
Roska's watching the baseball game like we are. Pootie Tang,
Hey, Purdy time.
let's go Sixers. He goes 58 wins for the Sixers.
so he agrees with me. I like that.
All we need is a sniper off the bench. The defense is great. I love Thibault.
Yep.
Yeah, I think everybody agrees there.
Yeah, and that's all we got. That's all we got on the YouTube.
Yeah, because this clown, stopped everybody from commenting.
Not a culture guy.
But no, like we were saying about Ben, a lot comes when you start getting confident outside.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
So now, like, I'm taking these shots. I'm confident. And we talk about falling back in love with the game is gigantic.
Yeah.
Right. When I can fall back in love with it, it just changes everything to me on how I look at them. And then sometimes you need that because when you first come into the league, the fame, the money, all them things, like wanting to live the Hollywood lifestyle, like all them things matter. Sweeps.
And especially when he's so good, the game came that easy to him, even without a jump shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you win Rookie of the Year 1, you're an All-Star year 2 without a jump shot. Like you're good at this game.
Yes.
Pretty good.
And going back to what you said earlier about his confidence and the way he was talking, there's been a couple, press conferences or just interviews where he's done where, he's shown that confidence of talking to the media and giving them a little insight into what he's about, what he's been doing, the willingness to shoot the ball, and his confidence in the willingness to shoot the ball. And it's like, it's like you said, whoa, who is this guy? Is this Ben Simmons still?
Well,
is this the same Ben Simmons? And if it's the new and improved, let's go.
Well, this is the difference of two guys, right? When you talk about Markel and you talk about Ben.
Oh,
Right?
Don't call me Mitsubishi Suzuki.
Wow. So when you talk about Ben and then you talk about Markel, all right, and I hate to bring that name up, but the fact of the matter is when this city and everybody knows around the country that you're not shooting the basketball for whatever reason, right? And then it starts to become something you hear every night.
Yeah.
Something you hear every night. You can go two ways with that. You can shut down mentally and not be able to handle it, or you can say, watch this. Watch what I do this offseason.
Yep.
All right, I'm tired of hearing about it, and I'm going to go show y'all what I can do and how good I am of a basketball player. And I think that's part of what you're seeing, what you saw tonight. And
absolutely.
What you're going to see all throughout this season.
I was hoping to get one shot tonight. I was just hoping for one. Just outside shot.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen, but the game didn't really. There was only a couple moments where I'm like, oh, there it is. Oh, he passed. Or,
I'll ask you guys this, and I kind of alluded to it with the Tobias thing. Who is your quote-unquote closer?
For this basketball team?
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be Joel Embiid.
Okay.
It's a Joel Embiid and Al Horford thing to me. What needs to be a side of Ben Simmons. I think Tobias has it in the close at times. I think it's going to be a joint chief of staffs here. You know what I mean? Like I think you're going to get a little bit of taste of everybody throughout the year. Yeah. I think you're going to have nights where Tobias closes it down for you. I think you're going to have nights where Joe, Ben, Al. You might even get a night where Josh Richardson goes off and he closes it down for you in the fourth quarter. You just got so many weapons. It's scary.
I think it's going to morph second half being Tobias. I'm telling you. And I could be flat out wrong about this because this is a name nobody's really talking about. But I think the second half, Simmons is going to be great. Joel's going to be great. Horford, that's we know that. I think the second half of this season is going to be the Tobias Harris show because he has an opportunity now. Like he was the fifth option last year, fifth on a new team.
Yeah, but this is the big thing why I think he's going to have a better year, right? Too. On what you're saying is last year you were surrounded by a guy who had to have the basketball.
Yes.
Jimmy, and I love Jimmy, but Jimmy needs the basketball. Okay, everybody else on this team doesn't need to have the basketball to score.
Yep.
Right? Joel can get second chance opportunities and score hypothetically, right? So like, everybody, Josh Richardson can get a steal and go score in transition. Ben the same way. Like nobody essentially needs it. Like they create their own offense.
Yeah.
Like they don't need you to spread out the court and let me go 1-on-1. Which I think they're going to do a great job of passing the basketball.
Yeah.
Being a damn good
What's
team.
a strike?
Right? Being a damn good team,
Yeah.
and take a little something out of like Golden State and what they were like probably a year and some change
Where
ago,
there was enough ball to go around.
where all they did before like Jimmy got here is they led the league in like assists. So I think they're going to get back to that. I think they might even dominate that because I think it's going to be a very unselfish group, and I think Al Horford's going to help that be an unselfish group because you do have some youngsters. You still have Ben, Joe Young, Richardson, a younger kid.
Josh is young.
Okay, Tobias is middle of the pack right now. You know what I mean? But I think Al brings that together. I think it's the best signing of Elton Brand's tenure has been Al Horford.
Oh, there's no doubt.
And there's no question. Signing or trade.
Yeah.
Sign or trade. It's better than Jimmy. It's better than any of it because the culture that he comes with.
You can put that up with signing trade. You can go up there with not only Elton Brand. You can go Colangelo. You can go a ways
Way back. Yeah.
like a ways back.
You can. I mean, it's not like when you signed Elton Brand. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Al Horford still got a lot of ball left in him.
Yeah.
And his team's so talented. And I tell you, I'm going to continue to say that the Josh Richardson. You talk about Tobias Harris going under the radar. I think the other guy's going to go under the radar here is Josh Richardson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like big time.
I
love this kid. I really truly do.
He was one of those guys where I just thought there was more coming in that deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To make like the salaries work. But he was the key to me in that deal.
It was weird too because like when you guys were on the air that night and we were kind of talking after the show and everything, and it was like a weird feeling because we had talked, not only off air but on shows, et cetera, that if we were going to get rid of Jimmy, we wanted numbers. We wanted for the bench. We wanted we need this guy a veteran for the bench. And it was weird because I was saying that for 2 weeks straight, and then we only get one guy back, and it's Jay Rich, and I wasn't mad.
Yeah.
Like I was comfortable with it. And this was coming from a guy who wanted multiple bodies for Jimmy Butler. And when I found out that it was Richardson, I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay with this because I know what a Josh Richardson can be.
Yeah.
Especially with a defensive mind system like we have here.
Listen, he wants
where
to get
all
up
pressure's
in you.
off.
He wants to get up in you. He can flat out run the court. He can shoot the basketball.
And
he can take somebody off the dribble. He's more athletic. He's a better defender in my opinion. I just think he's a total package that went under the radar in Miami.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they were just a tough-nosed team. But because it was Miami and they didn't have that star player, he just went unnoticed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he's the perfect fit to what this team needed. And he's a starter, no doubt about it. But he's a guy that you don't have to run, as you said earlier, you don't have to run stuff for. He doesn't need the ball. He can literally be that fifth guy just not hiding in the corner, but let the other four work. And then, I'm wide open, and I'm going to bury it.
Well, you know what's funny too? And again, I'm not comparing him. I actually am in a way. I'm not gonna waver from it. He's kind of like a combination of three guys that we lost, quote unquote, in the last year, ever since opening game last year, to where he has the defensive skills of like a Butler and kind of like a Rocco. He's not Rocco. He's way better than Rocco. But I'm talking defensive end. You know what I'm saying?
He's long, athletic.
And then he also has the shooting of like he's not JJ Redick, but you lose the shooting from JJ Redick. You lose the defense and the overall attitude of a Butler. You lose the defense of Robert Covington. And you combine it in one guy who's younger, and he's not even close to his ceiling.
And the money's better, right? The money's smarter. And then you supplement that by bringing in Al Horford then. Mm-hmm. So you supplement the veteran leadership you're getting from a JJ Redick and a Jimmy Butler, and you're saying, okay, I'm going to bring Al Horford in for that.
Yeah.
And you're taking the skills.
And you're putting that into Tobias too, right? So you're saying to Al and Tobias, you're going to be the veteran leaders of this group of these kids, and we're going to get these three. Because I think down the road, these three we're talking about, Richardson, Joel, Ben, and obviously you're going to have Tobias for a long time, them four, even when Horford's done, are going to be four great pieces
That's your core.
that you're going to build around now.
Yeah. Well, and two, you look at it where you have all that, the skill set of that player. He was asked to be the second, maybe third best player on Miami. We're asking him to be the fifth.
Yeah.
Fifth. That's it. We need you to come in, do your job. If you get 20, bonus. If we're expecting to get you anywhere from 12 to 16 a night, that's it.
Well, what do we talk about football? Like if you have a ton of offensive weapons, it makes life easier on everybody.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing in the NBA. If my starting five has tons of scoring options, now I got a game plan for that.
Yeah, I got to actually play defense.
So who am I going to try to take out of this game?
Right.
Okay, so say you want to attempt to take Ben out, hypothetically. Well, you got four guys that can flat out hurt you.
Yep.
So pick your poison.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to make it really hard for teams. But the bigger thing, and I'll continue to press, is it's one thing that we can score. We know we can score, but the difference maker that's going to get us to where we want to showed its head tonight, and that's defense, palms up, in passing lanes, defensive rebounds, on the glass, controlling offensive rebounds, and out-rebounding a team by 21.
Sure.
I will tell you.
That's a long team, too.
Yeah.
I will tell you where I do disagree to an extent on Joel being the closer long term. I don't disagree at all that beginning of the season, it's going to be a lot of Joel because he's, right now he's our best player. He's the superstar.
Well, I just think you're always going to have him in the fourth quarter in a close game. He's going to be in the game.
I agree with that. This is why I disagree.
And Brett said he wants to run the offense through him.
Yeah.
As well.
This is why I disagree, and this is why I would say that's going to be more Tobias and more like shooting perimeter, in the second half. I could see defense. It's kind of like what we saw them do with Ben. They're going to smother him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Their number one game plan, don't focus on the perimeter. Let the guys make their shot. We know Tobias can shoot. Like, they know these guys can shoot. Shutting down Joel Embiid. Number one priority.
Take out the higher percentage shot.
Shutting him down to where by a default, not because Joel's not doing his job, not because we're not trying, but just because it's an example of taking what the defense is giving us, whether it's the Celtics or the freaking Hornets. Doesn't matter the skill set of the team.
Yep.
It's going to be priority number one, if the coach is doing his job, of eliminating Joel Embiid from any opportunity to dominate down low, which is going to then push us, Brett, to call timeout and go more perimeter shooting, which is going to bring in a Horford, going to bring in a Tobias.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's going to be more about him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's going to outscore Joel in games. I'm just saying final closing minutes, I think that's going to be the game plan against us.
Well, Sweeps chimes in, and it doesn't always work for baseball, but it does work in basketball. He's a closer by committee, boys. Whoever's hot that night, don't let the haters tell you we don't have a closer. F them, plus F Jimmy that crumb.
Well, what did I tell? What did I say earlier? I said, me and Sweeps, Jinxie. I said that you have 5 guys who can close the game out.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it could be nightly. Like, Tobias going to close one night, Ben the other night, to Joe the next night. That's how I'm going to hurt teams.
Yep.
Because now you can't game plan and say, well, this is the guy I go to every time down the stretch.
Right.
I can mix it up on you. And I think that's what's going to make this team great. And talking about Joe, like we were a few minutes ago, Stephen White says, I love how Embiid looks faster and healthier.
He did.
Absolutely. And we got to give a lot of credit to a guy that's going to another guy put the work in this all season.
Yeah.
To get himself in basketball shape.
You know what it is? It's the kids growing up. It's both of them.
And it's the lady. You put a good lady. You got to look good for his lady.
Yeah.
She seems like she's got her head on straight, obviously, on Instagram. Looks like a lot of things are straight.
There's a lot of things that are on straight.
Everything's straight. So, and listen, when you lose the way you lost, and you're in tears walking in the locker room, you can go 2 ways again. We talk about this all the time. In life, I got 2 ways I can go. What's going to be my direction?
Yep.
What's going to be my response to this loss? Well, my response is going to be, if I'm Ben Simmons, I'm going to work on my outside game.
And he was pissed. And it shows in the documentary, he was pissed.
He was pissed. If I'm Joel Embiid, right, who showed the emotion that we love in this city, and I crushed dudes for trying to crush him after that loss. Yeah. Okay, because that's what we beg for in this city.
Yeah.
So now he went out and said, I'm not letting this happen again. I'm getting myself in the best basketball shape and the best shape of my life right now.
Yeah.
And he flat out went and did it. And I give love to my 2 kids because my 2 generational talents didn't rest on laurels, didn't throw their feet up all season, not on beaches every other week, right? They were flat out working their ass off.
Yep.
And it's about time in this city that we start looking at this basketball team and this organization and say, hey, this is one that's put together well. With Elton Brand in charge of it, with Brett, even though people don't like him, that's building something here.
Yeah.
And we're building next. We're here. We're going to be up here all year, and I freaking love it. I love a good defensive basketball team because we can score, too. So it's not like we're Chicago Bears of the NBA. We can score,
we don't got
but
Mitchell.
We're going to flat out defend you and beat you up. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody scared me. I watched Lakers and Clippers last night. Kawhi's a freaking the best.
He's a monster.
I ain't scared of no ghost.
Play it to plate.
No.
I'll go see either one of them in a 7. Either one.
You've been out.
I ain't scared. Who am I scared of? Houston? Stop it. Grow up, Peter
Westbrook's
Pan.
going to be out of breath again by the playoffs.
Pootie Tang, I agree. All the starters will have games to close depending on the matchups. I also think we'll be good enough defensively. We won't need a closer until at least playoffs. He loved when Richardson stuffed Hayward, and he's curious why Zaire can't get off the bench over Korkmaz, at least to take some of his minutes. Is he still hurt?
No, he just can't play. Can't play.
Can't play as in?
I just don't think he's good enough. That's just me.
Okay.
I just don't.
I just didn't know if there was like a hurt or anything.
I'm over the athleticism. Like I've got Ben Simmons for athleticism. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like if the guy can't shoot, the guy really can't defend as good as, for example, with Thibault. Like when our defense got better, it didn't just get better on the starting five. Like, it got better all around.
Yeah. Bill Benning. Bill Bendig. I got no way I got your last name right.
Bill.
Bendig.
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 Bendig. Thanks,
Yeah.
Greg. Before I hop off and get you have a problem with that?
No, not at all.
All right.
I heard a sigh.
Me too. Like, it was so tough for him to help.
No.
It was
You'd be a terrible teacher.
It was very hostile.
Terrible teacher. That's what's wrong with
That's
you.
why I stopped going to
Thank God
school.
you're-
That's
thank
why
God
I
you're
stopped
not
going to
teaching
school.
youth to this country. Before I hop off and get ready for work in the AM, Sixers look solid. Stoked for Ben, going 10 for 13. Nationals take this game and win the series in 6.
Ooh.
And for Sunday, Eagles bounce back after that blowout in Dallas and take the game 27-20. I love where your head's at.
Nice, Bill.
Love
I like
it, Bill.
Todd Womack chimes in. Philly Dilly, guys.
up,
Okay.
Todd?
Okay, I see the Browns want Big V. What do you guys want from the Browns? Odell?
I'll take their fourth string wide receiver because maybe he can catch a ball.
Well, I don't want anybody on their O-line.
Oh.
No. Oh, jeez.
Who would I want?
I mean, it's going to be picks. That's essentially.
It's going to be for a sixth round.
Yeah,
That's what it's gonna
there's going to be no players, unfortunately.
be. If they give up a player, then my God, they're desperate. Which
Yeah.
they are.
Well, I mean, if you're getting a pick back, you better then flip that pick for a player. You know what I mean? Because you have 13 next year. I don't know what the hell you need to do with all of them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Eagles 0-1. He talks shit on this company. If somebody talks shit on this company, don't let the door hit you on the ass on your way out.
So I asked you guys for a bold Sixers prediction.
Okay.
Bold NBA prediction.
It's really the same, in a way for me. It really is the same. I mean, I don't think I can't be more bold about it. It's still the same thing. It's still the Sixers are winning the finals to me. That's what I'm gonna stick to that as my bold prediction for this year because I think nationally they're not being talked about.
Right.
Right?
Oh.
They're not being talked about, and I love that. I don't want to be talked about. You understand that? Mm-hmm. I don't want to be like the Eagles were coming into this year. I don't want everybody reading their press clippings, right?
Yeah.
I want you to go to work. And these kids went to work. All right? And until I see differently, because tonight I seen everything I need to see to start my year off. To be fully talking Broad Street, right? Because it's easy to do before the year.
Right.
On paper. Then it's one thing to see it with your eyes like we did tonight.
Yeah.
Okay? And I saw a team just flat out say, we didn't have our best game, and we flat out dominated you.
Against an organization and a head coach that Brett could never be.
Yep,
quote
smartest guy in
unquote,
the room.
and the Celtics owned us. And I know it's a different team, but so are we.
Sorry, Billy. Billy sweeps his boy. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Next time, help out, sweeps. Send a voice audio. I can play it right in here.
Sixers are the fourth highest to win the NBA championship.
Fourth highest.
Behind
Okay.
the two
Clippers,
LA teams and then
Lakers,
Milwaukee.
Bucks, Sixers.
That's the one that gets me. That's the one that I think they're off on. They're going to be in the conversation because
and then ahead of Houston, Golden State, Utah, Denver.
Jeff Lohmeyer keeps saying Portland coming out of the West.
I love it.
Man, I mean, people are high on Portland.
Portland's plus 4,000.
Tristan Russo, is this season a failure if we don't make the NBA Finals?
Yes.
No. The failure was Eastern Conference Finals. You got to get the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh, yeah.
That's growth.
Wow.
Wow. I forget
Wow.
the Astros 2 nights in a row. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Nationals in 5.
Oh, my God.
The Nationals just went up 6-2. Oh, ex-Philly as Drupal Cabrera with a big hit. Imagine that.
Hear me out. And on the surface, if I really my gut reaction is yes, failure. If I really think about it, no, because like we talked about earlier, it's kind of we had a trend of back-to-back years of not advancing, and you want to get to the to the Eastern Conference Finals. The reason why I say failure, it's that all of us in here, and I would expect 90% of those out there, would say that we match up very, very well against Milwaukee.
Absolutely, but remember this on why I say no, it's not a failure. That only the Eastern Conference Finals is a failure. Is because it's still a young team.
Yeah.
Right? It's still a young group.
All right.
So I need, we talk about you got to learn how to lose before you win. I still got them going to the NBA Finals. I'm just saying, in a way, like I said with the Eagles,
Right.
you got to be fair.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
for the Sixers, even more so because we couldn't even get to the Eastern Conference Finals. So if we get there, are we going to be pissed off if we lose? Absolutely. Are you 100% right that we match up better than anybody against anybody in the East?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with you there. It's 110%. But just to be fair to an organization, show me growth. Show me growth. That's it.
Yeah.
You're still young. If you're a bunch of 30-year-olds, 31-year-olds, right, then absolutely it's finals or bust.
Yeah.
But to me, it's Eastern Conference finals or bust is the fair way to go. But listen, that's fine too. I mean, they're ranked fourth in odds to get there. So I'm not against it. I last year saw a ball bounce 92 times and go in where I can't. Anything can happen. So I got to be fair to the Eastern Conference Finals because every team you're going to play up until they arrive, you should dominate, flat out dominate. So when you get to the Eastern Conference Finals, you're probably going to go against the Bucks, and they're still a good team, just not as good without Brogdon to me.
People have them as the quote-unquote favorites in the East and lock down, lock it down, they're going to win the East. It's because of the Giannis effect. And listen, Giannis is an issue. No question. He was the MVP. I'm not going to question him whatsoever. They account for him getting better, which he's obviously going to.
Yep.
But then they don't bring in the play. That's just one guy who doesn't match up well against us. They're not bringing into play Joel getting better, Ben getting better, Tobias having a role, Al Horford, hey, how are you, and Josh Richardson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we account for half of it. And to where that's why my gut reaction, other than the fact that we match up well against them, is that I think we're that much better than everyone else in the East.
Agreed.
To where if we lost in the Eastern Conference Finals, it's because, and again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking about health. This is at 100% strength. If there's health, this obviously changes with everybody. If they're at 100% health, and if they lose to a team that we can all agree that they match up very well against, and in my opinion, we're better than, forget about matchups, that means we're playing down. We're playing down to them. And I get it. You're going to get that with a young team. But we saw that twice now. I don't need to see that three times.
No, I hear you.
And Giannis, while he's great, he's no god yet. He's not. You know what I'm saying? He's not the phenom yet. He's very good, and I'd love to have him.
Pretty close to a phenom.
Pretty close.
Yeah,
Pretty
but yeah, he's close. But you know what I'm saying?
He's a phenom.
It's just one guy. It's just one guy.
And he's a phenom, though, because he'll drop 42 on you.
But one guy beat us last year.
Look at these hits they're getting.
Well, he's not a human. He's the Terminator.
Oh, my God.
This is unbelievable. Look at the hits they're getting, putting balls in play.
Nationals at 5.
How'd you not get that? Where are you at? Correa?
I think he went for the ball. I think he went to cover third.
Wow, 8-2.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
My NBA bowl prediction,
Oh yeah.
Denver Nuggets come out of the West.
It's not bold. They're loaded.
I expect them to be the number 1 seed in the West. I don't expect them to do anything in the playoffs though, because it's one of those teams, kind of like what we saw with Oklahoma City and Westbrook. Not even really Oklahoma City, but just with Westbrook. We saw with obviously the Warriors when they broke the record. These teams that go a million miles an hour in the regular season, you see them kind of tire out. Like Jokic, for example, he was exhausted.
No, I agree.
He was exhausted. And it didn't help that he had to play that 4 overtime, one playoff game against the Trailblazers, so it hurt them, obviously. But to me, there's these handful of teams. I think the Rockets are going to be, a top 3 seed, but I don't think they're going to do anything in the playoffs because
well, I think we're better than them. I mean, you can just keep naming teams.
Yeah. Well, and two,
I think we're better than the Lakers.
Yeah, especially because AD does not match up well against Joel at all. And plus, I think they're just an older roster.
Yeah, I don't love them. And
my other side was going to be the Lakers missed the playoffs.
I mean, Denver's a great team.
Prayers,
like
Ralph.
team-wise,
Yeah.
Denver is. Denver and us would be a great matchup. Clippers are going to be great because they were already damn good before they got Kawhi and George. And now you put them with the dogs they have.
Great head coach, too.
Yeah, and a great head coach.
Yep.
So I know Sweep said last night, Clippers, Sixers. I see that one. Or I'm right with Greg, Denver, Sixers, because I think they had the team to do it too, because team-wise, they're really good. Outside of them, like, Houston's not going to the NBA Finals to me.
No.
Okay? They don't play enough defense. And who's the other one I'm missing? The Lakers.
Yeah.
The Lakers are going to be good, but, I mean, the Clippers exposed them last night, and they didn't even have Paul George yet.
No, I know.
So, I mean, how's that going to age for them?
You're not going to have him for a month. A month. That's a crazy
Stephen
thing,
White
too.
says Clippers win the West. I agree. I don't know how they don't. I mean, they got the best player in the world in Kawhi Leonard, and guess what? That's going to be a dogfight. Sixers Clippers is going to be a flat out dogfight this year.
Philly 0-0-2-4.
And then you get the Landry. You play it all together, right? Then
Yeah.
Then you're playing against Landry, and that's going to be a big topic. And Tobias playing against his old team.
Too. Lou.
Lou's playing against his old team. Look at all the pieces and the connections, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, it'd be the perfect matchup because you're going to have two defensive-minded rosters that can both score the basketball.
Yeah.
You're going to get some old-school playoff basketball. I'm telling you.
Well,
if that's a matchup, it's going to take you back to, the mid-'90s.
Right.
Because you're going to get handsy.
To your point as well, as much as we talk about, and it's going to be a main storyline that it's going to be Kawhi against the team that he single-handedly destroyed in the second round last year. Don't forget, Paul George is a Sixer killer as well.
Yeah.
He's another – we forget about Paul George. He goes off.
So why do you have to draft him a Thibault for?
Yeah.
These are all the reasons. You got to be able to – if you want to win a championship, you got to be able to defend the great players that you're going to run into. And you got to have some guys that are just defensive-minded guys. Like Patrick Beverley is just a defensive-minded guy. He's going to come in the game. He's going to make you uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
It makes me uncomfortable watching the game.
Yeah, doing everything. He's going to make you uncomfortable. Thibault showed me tonight. He's going to make everybody uncomfortable. Yeah. It's hard to make Kemba uncomfortable.
And that's what
it's really hard, man. What I saw tonight, I'm telling you, if that kid keeps it up and gets better, you're talking about second-team all-defense.
Well, that's what Philly 0-2-4. Love Matisse defending out there. Played great against Kemba in the second half. And he says Bucks lost their best shooter to Malcolm Brogdon, one of the most efficient players in the NBA.
Where did he go, to? Why am I drawing a blank?
Indiana.
Indiana. That's right.
Indiana.
Right, they're really good.
They're going to be scrappy. They're always scrappy.
Don't even be surprised if Indiana beats if it's us in Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't be surprised.
And he says Nuggets are like the old Hawks, won 60 games in the regular season, losing the first round.
Yes.
Very well could.
Yes.
And then Pootie Tang chimes back. Should the Sixers consider signing Melo?
No,
that's panic mode.
No, that's because we're talking about how we're going to win.
Right.
And we're going to win by playing defense and the A, B, C, and D.
And he does the
exact opposite.
Short range shooting.
I don't
basketball.
hate the name as some sort of scoring punch off the bench.
Yeah, that's a panic.
But I don't need him from Melo. I need, I'll go get somebody else.
There's a million other guys who would be a non-story.
Yeah.
And he could play a little defense.
And I like Melo, but he just doesn't play defense.
No, I mean, listen, if there's a breaking news thing 5 minutes from now and says Carmelo signs with the Lakers, I get a little giddy. Just because, you know what I'm saying? I might buy the jersey, and then I might burn it because he doesn't play defense. But, you understand? I would get it, but I don't go there until – and I'm not expecting this, so don't quote me on it. If there's a situation mid-season on, this bench stinks. Oh, my God, we can't get any scoring. How are we going to get Joel to take a night off? We're going to need Ben Simmons to do everything. If we're there and it's okay, the best player on the bench is getting 2 points, then I might give a conference call to Melo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but do you guys think the Warriors' benches were so great?
No.
There was a couple guys.
They were top-heavy.
Remember
They were a couple guys.
They're top-heavy, and there's a couple guys that are roll. Sean Livingston's in the road. Andre Iguodala's. But this is what you're having now.
Yep.
You have a James Ennis who has a role of a he's going to be handsy.
Yeah.
He'll get some easy buckets. Maybe hit a big three for you.
Right.
Mike Scott, same way. Can shoot the basketball off the bench, and then you bring Thibault in, who's another defender, and then Furkan is your fourth guy who can shoot a three or here and there. But my point is you're not going to have with a loaded up five like you have. You're never going to have that full list of another 6 guys off the bench that are that good. You're going to have 3 or 4 that are guys that, okay, I can trust these 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. And in the playoffs, you're probably only going to go maybe 8 deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it'll be Scott and his Thibault. That's as deep as you're going to go.
Yeah.
And your starting 5 is the longest in basketball. I'm going to harp on that one, too.
Sweep says the perfect matchup, Tom, is Sixers-Suns, so we get on Broad Street. He thinks Sixers-Clippers.
No, I mean, I can't disagree. What I've watched now, it's one game, and
right.
we all can agree it's a very, very small sample size. But that's what my eyes tell me. I mean, I watched the Clippers team get up in them last night and make them uncomfortable, and I watched Sixers team do the same thing.
What was so great about watching last night? Coming down the stretch. Game's kind of already over, but, Lakers can – it's the NBA. Everybody goes on a run.
Yeah, of course.
And LeBron just keeps passing the ball. Just keeps giving it up to somebody else to shoot.
Very passive.
Yeah, just very passive.
It's weird.
It was like it was still a close enough game to where a couple buckets and it stops.
What did you hear a lot of, Greg? What did you hear a lot of with the Lakers? Who they keep saying they're running the offense through now?
I barely had it on TV. I just had the game on.
Any part of LeBron's
AD.
career, it's AD. Any part of LeBron's career, any team he's on, the offense is going through LeBron James.
Yeah.
Now they're saying it's AD. And AD's very good. I'm not saying you're running it through James Ennis, for example. You know what I'm saying? But it was just weird to me that they're running it through Anthony Davis, and they're saying that LeBron's kind of this facilitator, that he's giving roles here.
Well,
I'm like,
they're talking about like trying to give his body a break almost.
Right, okay.
So like they can just get in the dance and then turn it on.
And then turn it on.
Turn it on. But they have good options. Like I like Danny Green, obviously.
Yeah.
They're not terrible. I think they're going to be good. I just don't think they're as great as people want to make them out to be because you're talking about the best player in the world isn't the best player in the world anymore.
Yep.
All right, so you got to remember that.
the weird thing
He's
about
not.
this, too,
He's not.
is that the biggest, and this is going to sound weird, the biggest kind of factor in all of this that can kind of make them either, let's say, for example, an 8th seed in the playoffs or top 3 seed and going to the finals is the projection of Kuzma.
Yeah.
On does he take that next step? Because you know who LeBron is, you think, and then you know who Anthony Davis is. If Kuzma can come a legitimate 3 or a third option, and if he can improve on defense, well, then that's big for them. Am I expecting it? No, not really. But that's huge for them, to where nobody's even talking about Kuzma. You know what I mean?
No, it's huge for him. You're right.
Yeah.
Stephen White said, I think Thibault and Scott are the guys off the bench. Thibault defensive-wise and Scott scoring. No, you're right. You're right. Ralphie D says, Iggy to the Sixers. I won't be mad at it. And Tristan Russo.
I just don't see.
He's going to the Warriors next year. It was already reported. Apparently, he wants to finish his career with the Warriors.
That makes sense. Me personally, no teams in the East besides the Bucks are close to the Sixers. That's what Tristan Russo is saying. I agree. And I don't even think they're as close as people think they are to us. And I'll tell you that the closest team, because they're just such underdog, is the Pacers in a way.
And just cause,
But I don't know how good they're going to be. I mean, it's going to depend on Oladipo and
he might not be back till almost halfway through the year.
yeah.
Right?
So it's all going to depend if they can tread water through it, which I think they can, but you just never know. You know,
Which team are you guys more confident in to have a legitimate playoff type of role? Not role.
Run.
Yeah, run.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. The Nets or the Raptors without Kawhi?
Raptors.
I agree.
I don't believe in anything. I don't believe in anything Kyrie Irving.
He's another guy who's going to get hurt for 2 months.
It's not even that anymore. I just don't. I just think he needs
flake.
he needs a basketball in his hand way too much to win in this league.
Yeah.
It's too much one-on-one, and if your shots are going in, great, but it's not enough team basketball, and it's gonna be interesting how that even works with KD next year, like how that works with them too. If he says, listen, and realize, like, dude, you're the better player.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you the ball more. Okay, but to me,
Yeah.
he's a me guy. He's talented as all heck.
Yeah.
But anything he's done without LeBron
Isn't much.
is just whatever. You know what I mean?
Just because he's been on good teams.
Like that Boston team should have been in East Conference Finals. last year.
Exactly.
Like that's a disgrace
and
that
he
they're not.
disappeared. He
Yep,
disappeared in the playoffs.
So to me, the question was Nets
Or Raptors.
or Raptors. You know, and early on, to me, it's got to be the Raptors. I think they're still going to be tough.
Yeah, 'cause,
Siakam's a problem.
I think they're going to be a 4 seed, to be honest.
And
I think they're
why
gonna
are
be
they gonna-
Until KD's playing, I'm not taking the Nets seriously at all.
No, they're a borderline playoff team.
And listen, Toronto has one thing they're going to do well, and you know it, is they're going to defend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, and they showed game one, they're going to defend, and that's Siakam's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why they were like, okay, we're going to max this guy right now because we're not losing him and Kawhi.
Right, which is, why they – and it's never easy to say, all right, and not that they really had a choice because they obviously went after him, but it was like, all right, if we're going to lose Kawhi, you're right. We're going to max out Siakam because he's pretty damn good.
And last night he's like, this is why you maxed me
yeah.
out.
It's funny, too, because
What do you go, 36 or 38?
Something like that.
Yeah.
on the TV right before we went live last night, they were showing like the hype video or whatever, like as they were doing the ring ceremony and everything.
That's a hell of a play. Yeah.
And they're playing. They have like that court effect and everything where they like the lights.
Yeah,
show
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And the song they're playing is "The Champ Is Here," and we're yelling at the TV. No, the champ's in out. He's out in
The
L.A.
champ's in LA.
No, like the champ isn't here. It's not champs. It's the champ because he's a one-man army. Like no disrespect to Lowry or Siakam or anybody, but Kawhi's not there. The champ is not there. He's out in L.A. But I think.
Did you see those rings, by the way? They were just
No.
they were just ginormous.
I'm sure they were.
They were like this.
sure Drake paid for him, too. By the way,
Philly 0024 says, or Dennis Schroeder option for a backup point guard.
Yeah,
I like
he's worried
Schroeder.
about the backup point guard. He doesn't think that the team trusts Burke or NATO. I'm not disagreeing with you with NATO.
no, I don't think. No.
But I'm not going to say they don't trust Burke after game
Well,
one. I just think
what
a
they're
lot
trying
of
to
the
do
preseason.
Well, Josh Richardson's been
That's
running a lot of
exactly.
points.
Yeah, they were doing that in the preseason. I think they wanted to see what that looked like at times when Ben wasn't on the floor.
pretty damn well.
And-
He
pretty
did it in
damn good to
Miami.
me.
He did it in
Yeah, he
Miami,
did.
So it's not like it's new to him.
So
Ryan,
I just think they're just trying to run some things early on to see what works and what doesn't.
Ryan Ferris says, we are an elite team. Couldn't agree more, brother.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then Pootie Tang, what up, brother? He
up,
said Patty Mills would be perfect. And, I mean, shit.
Jeez.
I just don't think they're ever going to give him away. But I love Patty Mills. And then Ryan says NATO is a good player, though. Yeah, he's not.
No,
bad.
I'm not saying he's not.
fine.
I just think, like I
I
said, they're
think
trying to.
they're two different guys. Like I think you're going to get more scoring out of Trey Burke.
Yep.
But guess what? If they can get away with it, like screw it. Like,
Yeah.
If I can get away with it, and I'm better this way because I'm bigger. Like I think what he's trying to do is be bigger and more athletic on the court more times than not. And I think these little guards almost hurt you.
And there was a time in
trying
the
to do
game
that.
where Zumoff and Abdanabi was even saying Brett Stevens couldn't bring in Aaron Baines and go big because of the lineup that they had on the floor for the Sixers. They had to stay with that Robert Williams, who is still tall, but he's more athletic.
Yeah.
And he's a child.
No,
too.
no, he is. He's second year in, but they had to stay small or at least athletic to match up with what the Sixers had out there.
Well, let's do this because we can do this all night. I mean, that's an hour 20 straight.
Oh, geez.
A little 10, 9,
Giddy
8 for
up.
the family, okay?
How are you?
So if we're not, we are fully locked in. Fully locked in. This crumb that people listen to, said today, this is where it all started. Oh, I'm not a diehard Sixers fan. And they said, well, then don't come to Broad Street then when we win. Because how are you not a diehard? Like, you can't be a fan if you're not a diehard. Like, how are you a fan of something but not a diehard fan? Just makes zero sense. Just hugging in the Nationals dugout. That's cute.
You're up 2-0. Or
So current poll results, agree 82%, disagree 18%.
Wow.
So, I mean,
Love
that
it.
is a ton of family
Wow.
members that agree
Fired up.
that the Sixers
I
will
love
win
it.
60 games or more this year. And on YouTube, fam, you can vote. Right up in the top, there's a little I button. You
Little
click on the
indicator
I
bar.
button, and it gives you the option to vote on YouTube as well. All right, fam? Everybody on YouTube, don't go anywhere. We'll be back on the other side. We got a ton to talk about still. World Series live reaction, that's pretty much dead. It's 8-2,
Yeah.
unless Michael Brantley hits a 2-run homer and makes it a semi-game. This is about good as done, and the Nationals will take a 2-0 lead. We start our show off with Sixers. We'll continue that. You got anything else to say about 10-9-8? We'll answer the questions, comments, all that. We'll go to Eagles versus Bills when we come back. Preview and score predictions. Listen, stay with us. A chance for you to win money from us to you. We're givers. All right, that's my wife. Big time giver. $50. All you got to do is nail the score, player of the game, defense and offense, and that's what separates a tie. But I hear myself.
I hear it too.
You hear myself? That's cool. I like that. Eagles for Phil preview. Philly's managerial search to wrap up the show, okay?
Yep.
Because I listen, it's Joe Girardi or bust. All that on the other side. Tom and Greg, AM and the PM, A2D Radio, and ATS Sportpicks.com. Listen, you want to win some money? We're trying to give you $50. Now we're trying to win you some money gambling. Trust us on this. Use promo code A2D. Get 20% off ATS Sportpicks.com. ATSSportPicks.com. Use promo code A2D, 20% off. We'll see you on the other side. Twitter, come on over to YouTube or Facebook. Oh, real quick. I always forget this one. For all our podcast junkies, because there are a ton of them. There's a ton of them out there. You can find all of A2D shows on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play, and SoundCloud. We everywhere, bitches. We'll see you on the other side. And we ain't no divas.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
AM in the PM only on A2D Radio. Tom and Brett, these guys are fucking awesome. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
You're listening to the worldwide leader of real talk, A2DRadio.com.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
AM in the PM only on A2D Radio. Tom and Brett, these guys are fucking awesome.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Welcome in to the worldwide leader of what? Real Talk, A2DRadio.com.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
AM in the PM only on A2D Radio. Tom and Brett, these guys are fucking awesome.
Tom and Greg, AM and the PM, A2D Radio, Real Talk Studios every Wednesday night. We are brought to you by ATSSportPicks.com. And listen, you use promo code A2D, get yourself 20% off, win some money. Okay, they're out here to give you picks. Right, you pay a couple bucks. And
they do like weekend packages where it's 40, 50, 60 bucks for the weekend. You get
monthly.
Or they do the season long.
And they do monthly. So
and they do monthly,
whatever
So
fits your budget, they're there.
If you want to try them out, spend $40 on a weekend and
just don't do what I do, because whenever I use services, I get so ADHD. You know what I mean? Now I start to saying, I don't like that pick.
Yeah.
And I go the other way, and now I'm losing money.
Yeah.
And I get cute, so now I'm losing double money. So don't get cute. That's ATS sportpicks.com. Use promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off. And if you're first time listening to A2D or you haven't heard me say it a million times, for all our podcast users out there, you can find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play, and SoundCloud, as well as being live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube daily here at A2D Radio. So, Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Greg Mlagovic, Robbie Pove on the ones and twos. If you're just joining us, which there's probably some people just joining us, because, listen, when you go an hour 20 straight, I'm going to take a half-hour break. And you should, too. Because why do you want to hear us you need a break from us. Everybody needs a break from each other. We regroup, we come back, and we're coming back hot. This is done.
Yeah, this game's over.
This
series might be over.
This series might be over. This is a 12-2 ass whooping in your own building. What do you got?
During the break, they said that any team that went up 2-0 on the road in the last 13 won the series in 10 of them.
Wow.
10 of the last 13.
10 of the
That's
last 13.
real.
I mean, I just don't know. I just don't know how. I know how Houston can come back in this series. But now you got to go on the road and take care of business. And in the playoffs, it's been well documented that they're a better home team.
Yeah.
And for me, too, like I put money on them 2 nights in a row. I thought this was a lock.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to come out and play their best baseball. Embarrassed tonight. And it all started with one missed strike call with Justin Verlander. The whole inning blew up.
Is that what happened?
Yep.
I missed the very beginning.
Then he walked him, and then shit blew up in his face. And it was a strike, by the way.
And you would have thought, too.
It was right on the bottom of the thing.
With Bregman, Bregman coming out starting hot in this game, you thought, all right, if Breggs is hitting, then this team's going to roll.
You would think so.
Yeah, about that.
Didn't work out. Aged well. So, Eagles versus Bills. What we got to get into. Listen, I don't want to go backwards, and I don't think this team should go backwards. I think you should almost forget about them losses in a way, in terms of tape. You know what I mean? You should be pissed off, but forget about it in terms of tape. You need to play more aggressive up front. You need to dominate the line of scrimmage. The fact that you got, listen, people talk time, you're biased to the Eagles. Listen, I'm Mr. Glass half full when it comes to the Eagles, okay? Because I love them. I always want to think better of them, okay? And after what they did to me last week really turned me off. Because I sat here on these airways and talked about when their backs are against the wall, they're resilient. What I saw Sunday was the opposite of resilient. I saw quit. I saw one guy come to play Sunday, and that guy was Jalen Mills. I didn't see anybody else come to play. And he got beat. Corners get beat. But he's the only guy I saw aggressive, making tackles, showing some emotion after tackles.
Yeah, I even joked after the one. He gave he tackled Zeke on like a 4-yard gain, and then he comes out flexing. I'm like, relax. But then you were like, yo, I'll take the emotion, though.
Yeah, because nobody else
I'll take
is
the
showing
fire.
Shit. The only guy who showed emotion against Minnesota was Carson. This is disgusting. This is a bunch of guys that are resting on laurels. We talk about resting on laurels. This is resting on laurels. This is resting on press clippings. This is resting on Super Bowl bullshit. You ain't no dynasty, babe. Okay? You won one Super Bowl. One. So before you start walking and talking and acting like you're some New England Patriot type shit, you can't come out and start seasons like this. It's one thing to lose. It's another thing to get embarrassed 2 straight weeks. Disgusting. I'm not okay with it.
I completely agree. So
you think I'm going to sit here and talk about moving on to Buffalo now and they're a resilient group? You can get the hell out of here with that shit.
Well, you look at
now
it.
You got to prove to me where your back's against the wall that you can go on a run.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe it anymore.
You look at it, too, to where if you look at the entire tenure of Doug Peterson, going into this season, you know how many times the Eagles were blown out? Twice. Against the Bengals, Carson's rookie year, and last year against the Saints. Twice. And those 2 blowouts were not in between seasons. There was a season between that, to where there were 2 years in between those losses. Last 2 weeks have been back-to-back blowouts.
What
before the season,
70-30 or 75-30.
I'm surprised we even had that much, Greg.
Was the combined score?
Before the season, we had 2.
75-30.
We have had now 2 in the last 2 weeks. We're on complete uncharted territory when you talk about the Eagles. In 2016, we knew, we had that hot start, but we knew we weren't good enough. It was a building team. But we hung our hats on what? Culture of the locker room. 2017, I don't need to explain it any further. We had very good culture. You know why? Because we won. Move on from there. 2018, while it was disappointing, players checked out because they were on the parade tour. We really didn't talk about the culture of this locker room being broken. Now, it's the exact opposite. We're talking about the culture. There's leaks. There's sources. You have Lane Johnson calling out people. You have Malcolm Jank. And I don't mind.
If you're leaders, you want to keep things in-house.
Yeah.
And that pushes me to say, and we were talking, like Noah was talking about the parades and everything. Ever since the parade. And we've seen a lot. I've seen a lot on Twitter, people saying on other shows, oh, Doug was saying back at the parade that this would be the new normal. Carson said this would be the new normal. Oh, they're liars. They're liars. And maybe they are to a degree, but I thought about it. Maybe he was saying this is the new norm, and we took it as championships. Maybe he was talking about something else. Maybe he was talking about how on that day, when he said it's the new norm, it was a parade, did a lot of talking, right? That day will be remembered for talking. I think Doug was not talking about winning. He was talking about the new normal was that the Philadelphia Eagles wouldn't be known for tackling, catching, blocking, passing. They would be known more for talking. That's where we're at. We're a bunch of talkers. They can come do a show. They might do a show better than they are playing football, to be honest.
The last few weeks, yeah.
So I ask you, number one, nobody can say that we're talking about talking more than we are about anything else. That's the storyline. The Philadelphia Eagles, somebody's talking here, talking about this. They can't tackle. They can't block. They can't find open windows for Miles Sanders to run. That's affecting the passing game. Can't coach well. We're talkers. So maybe Doug wasn't the complete liar. Maybe he literally told us, he gave us a preview of what the new normal would be. Because it sure as hell isn't winning. It's a whole lot of this.
Well, this year, yeah. Last year they were resilient again.
Yeah, they bounced back from that blowout.
But again, listen, I mean, you don't win up front on either side of the football, and you turn the football over, you're not going to win games in this league. And this is what we saw Sunday. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've never seen a game in the history of watching football that was over in the first 3.5 minutes.
Yep.
I don't remember ever watching that. And credit to them. Their backs were against the wall too, and they came out and delivered the better effort.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out Sunday what kind of effort this football team is going to bring. So
and it's like you said too. Like it's one thing to lose in this league, especially with this road trip. We knew it was going to be a tough road trip.
But
to get embarrassed 2 weeks in a row, like if they would have came out and lost like on a last-second field goal last week, still been 0-2 on the road trip, but at least fought, at least played hard. We would have been pissed, because you always hate losing to the Cowboys. But at least we would have, you know what? They played well though, or they played hard at least, or whatever the circumstances would have led to them losing on a last-second field goal per se.
I just don't agree with this as a Doug thing. I think this is a player thing. This is a guy. These are guys, when they're doing this talking, like Ryan said, these are guys that think they're bigger than the game and this team. Mm-hmm. When you start talking too much, like you're saying, and not focusing on what you need to do, but you're focused on what everybody else needs to do, that's a loser mentality. A winner mentality is taking a step back and saying, what do I got to do better, man?
Yeah.
What assignments do I got to get better at? Well, whatever the case may be. And I see a team that, is there bad coaching in spots? Yeah, like Mike Rowe to me is an idiot. When your own father fires you, that's all you need to know. but that shouldn't be the reason why we're not being consistent, why we're getting our doors blown off, him alone, right? Jim Schwartz, I think Jim Schwartz is a bad defense coordinator? No. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's the greatest, but he also won a Super Bowl here. So,
right.
I'm not like giving passes. But, again, is the talent good enough on this defense? So when you guys want to all talk about, when everybody wants to talk about coaching, this, that, and the third, who put this roster together?
There you go.
I'm so sick and goddamn tired of this guy, people calling him a genius. Okay, this roster is terrible in terms of Pro Bowlers, in terms of guys drafted by Howie Roseman in his last 39 picks. When you have one Pro Bowler, and I'll continue to yell it until next year's draft, you haven't done a good enough job. So the guy doing the shopping has also hurt this roster. Because you went and signed a bunch of aging veterans because you're trying to win now. Third oldest roster in football, blah, 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 blah. And then we get it. We know why Jalen Ramsey was really going to the Rams. They need to sell tickets there for their new stadium, okay? They need to get the seat licenses, and he's a star, and that's why that deal was made. We know that for a fact here. This is reported by us, all three of us, okay? So, so we know why. We know why Jalen went there and why we lost out on that. That was more owners making that deal happen than it was Howie losing that one. So I will officially now give him a pass on that one because the big wigs came in.
And that's why it was a 2 first and a fourth.
Yep.
Yeah, it was branding. It was all about branding.
So that being said, but I this is something he's supposed to do well, free agency. I didn't think he had a great year in free agency. I didn't think it was overwhelming. I didn't think we helped our defensive line out any. Losing Malik Jackson, that's a killer. Losing Timmy Jernigan is a killer.
Right.
Now, maybe that's affected our whole defense, guys. Maybe Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham just aren't good enough by themselves like we think they are.
Timmy Jernigan is the key to that defense, the entire defense.
It's just amazing. The only guy with a pulse on the defensive front is Derek Barnett. The only guy I see with a pulse. And I'm not saying he's played great.
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying the only guy with a pulse.
Yeah.
So, previewing this game, let's get into it in terms of score predictions. Offense, defense, player of the game, score prediction, $50 from us to you if you win it. Greg, start off with your score, and we'll circle around.
This one's tricky because, we've said the last few weeks when this team's back's against the wall, they usually come out, or they at least have in the past, right? And for 2 weeks in a row, especially this last week, you would have thought their backs were against the wall. So, as you said, what do we expect now? Do they go to a tough Buffalo environment, tough defense, and blow the doors off of them? That would make sense to me. You know what I mean? They go in there, kind of like Green Bay. The best thing they could do is go on the road right now. No short week, but the best thing they could do is go on the road. Be away from everybody. 35-17 Eagles.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Wow. What do you got, Rye?
I expect them to actually be in this football game for starters, which is a refreshing start compared to the last 2 weeks.
Agreed.
Again, I'm not trying to be the guy that's saying the season's over in week 8. I hate that. I hate it for a bunch of different reasons because it goes against everything I stand for, that we've seen this team twice prove everyone wrong. When your culture is questioned and your culture is going like this very quickly, and like I said, that's the big thing that's different with me compared to the last handful of years. I don't trust what's in that locker room. I especially don't trust what's on the field.
Yeah, but what I'll say is that one or two guys talking doesn't divide your locker room. What I see right now is my quarterback pressing.
Yeah.
Pressing. And when I start to see that, I'm concerned because you started the pressing started after some of these reports started surfacing. You know what I mean? And now it looks like he's pressing, and the whole thing just looks off. And I'm not blaming him fully. I'm blaming this entire thing. I need to do an internal investigation and find out who did this because you're gone. Who's talking? Who thinks they got the right to not be a man and come say what you got to say? Who thinks that they can't come in and talk to Doug Peterson, whoever, about how they feel about something? Who thinks they can go to Justina Anderson? Right? I want that guy off for that football team. And if I'm Howie Roseman, Doug Peterson, I'm doing an internal investigation to find out who the hell it is. And the fact that this hasn't happened yet, that's the big problem to me. That's a big problem because nobody has the right to go and start undermining things outside the outside sources and bring that in your locker room in week 6. Right?
Yeah.
We don't need that. But what was your score? Sorry.
I have us losing 26-23. Last second field goal. We're going to be tied, and it's going to come down to the defense making a key stop, and once again, it's not going to happen. And the one quick thing is that on the field, there's two big things the Bills do very, very well. Number one, man-to-man coverage, which we struggle at on the offense side of the ball. Nobody can get open. So now we have a team that does it very, very well. Their safety tandem is very good with Micah Hyde and Poyer. So that's not good. And also, I don't know who's catching the freaking ball for us. I just don't. I'm not saying Josh Allen's that great, but we made Case Keenum look good. You know what I'm saying? Again, prove me wrong. I'm not trying to be Mr. Negadelphia. I can't lie and say that I believe the resiliency is now going to show up when I've expected it to the last 2 weeks, and it's been the exact opposite.
And I'll piggyback off in a different way. I'll go the opposite and say that after 2 blowouts, I don't feel like this is a bunch of guys that will quit. I just can't believe that. I cannot believe they'll quit. So to your point, 26-23 is going to quit. But I got to believe that their best effort's coming out here Sunday. I got to believe it. I got to believe that they realize that we still got stuff to play for. Last year they turned it on and realized, oh, shit, we got to get going. And hopefully what's happened is some talking, but hopefully guys taking a step back and realizing, like, man, I got to step up.
Yeah.
I can't get my ass kicked by DeMarcus Lawrence all night.
Yep.
Right? I can't get ran over by Zeke. I got to make plays. I got to step up for my defense. So I'm going to say, listen, Josh Allen and that offense isn't good enough for me, okay? It's not good enough for me yet, all right? But their defense is. But man-to-man coverage is something that we are better with under Doug Peterson. You know what I mean? This isn't the Andy days of where guys can't get off the line of scrimmage. These wide outs and tight ends can get off the line of scrimmage. Zach Ertz can get off the line of scrimmage. Alshon, you come up and bump and run him. He'll eat bump and run coverage alive. That's something he feasts in, honestly, than a zone. You know what I mean? Last week was a zone defense. Cowboys run a ton of zone. So if you ain't on time with everything, they're shutting you down, right?
Yeah.
That's the difference. So we're pretty good against man-to-man over the Doug years, over the last 2. The 2017 run, actually better against man because our guys it's weird. Our guys fit better there. At least Alshon does and Zach does. Like, if you want to man up Zach Ertz, he's going to beat you all over the field. You know what I mean? He's going to beat you up over the field.
I mean, he's been getting doubled. Like, how do they alleviate that? How do they set up Carson to be the hero? Because this is a game, to me, that he needs to step up.
No, you're right.
How is he going to do that?
Well, I'll segue it into, like, Minnesota's a lot of man, too. All right? Yeah. Mike Zimmer is a lot of bump and run. And if you look at that football game, it wasn't points that was a problem. It was our damn defense that was a problem. Like, so we showed that that's a good defense and we can score points on the road in a hostile environment, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're going the same type of thing. So I think you're going to I think we're going to score some points against a great defense. I'm with Greg. I'm like 28 to 31 in that area. Now, do I have confidence in this offense scoring over 31? No, but I'm gonna put my money in the ebb and flow of turnovers in this league and hope we get a couple. Right? Like early on.
Normally don't.
Yeah, early on they'll get us in good field position. I'm gonna go 31-17. I don't know. I don't know where they're getting all their offense from. I know our defense has been atrocious, but I gotta expect that with the vets on this football team, that this front and everybody's gonna step the hell up this week. I gotta hope it. I truly do. I don't know if Nigel's back. I don't know. I know the injury report probably came out today.
Yeah, it's not I didn't see it.
No, I didn't either.
So if Nigel's back, that's a question. So, yeah, I'll go 30.
Apparently, go ahead. I was going to say, apparently Cravon might be back
Cravon's
somehow.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, which I wasn't expecting him until next week or after the bye.
Oh, the French baguette's back.
Well, I'll take anybody back there now.
The scary thing is the last thing I'm concerned about is our secondary, which
I hope Darby plays. I hope Darby, LeBlanc, and Mills plays because then I'm even more confident.
Statistically, Mills was the 6th best cornerback in the league last week.
Oh, because he can play.
You know what I mean?
He can play in this league. I ain't have any concerns about him out there. I just need a healthy Darby. I'm a healthy Darby away from competing defensively. That's all I am. I'm a healthy Darby and a Maddox / or LeBlanc. Somebody to play my slot. That's all I'm away. That's it. And I can compete in a healthy Nigel. And I can at least compete and Timmy back. And now let's go. We got to get this one. We have to get this. If we're talking playoffs, you cannot lose this football game tomorrow. Or Sunday. Sorry, I think tomorrow. Jeez, I wish because you said Thursday.
I wish. Hey, we play well. Our best game is the Thursday night football game. It's like our only game.
So I expect us to score some points and create some turnovers. So offensive player of the game, Greg.
Real quick, Bryce Blackwell, 28-20 Bills. Okay. He just doesn't trust them right now.
I can't blame you.
And he goes White defensive player, and then Cole. I think Cole Beasley for his offensive player.
Yeah, he's an Eagle.
Rosca. He's given the Houston. Tom Lucas 24-23 Eagles, and TTP checks in.
What up, brother?
My offensive player of the game is going to be Lane Johnson.
Finally, he went back to the players.
He'll get hurt.
Yeah,
but he got embarrassed last week.
Yeah.
Not only did the team get embarrassed, he got embarrassed. It was one of his worst games. He just got beaten up. Now, DeMarcus Lawrence is an absolute stud, but so is Lane Johnson.
Well, and he's been a stud, but we've handled him
Yes.
in the past. Now we can't have that storyline of 0 sacks.
Exactly. I'm going Lane.
Okay.
Rye?
Well, I can't pick anybody on the Eagles because I have them losing. I'll go Micah Hyde, defense.
That might have been what Bryce was referring to.
And I'll go, listen, I can't believe I'm freaking saying this. I can't believe we're here. I'm going to go Josh Allen. I'm going to go Josh Allen. Because even when our defense is good, we struggle with mobile quarterbacks. So I got to worry about that.
Oh.
You don't understand how much that hurt me just saying it.
All right,
Now you said player of the game, Josh Allen. With
My cousin would love you.
Lane did not practice today over an illness, which is fine. Avonte Maddox did not practice today.
He's still in.
It doesn't.
Did not practice.
I listened to what Doug said. That does not look good. That looks like it might be an IR.
He's still in concussion protocol.
What, Avonte?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's having setbacks.
I don't even know if we ever see him again this year.
We might not. Jason Peters, knee, did not practice. Sproles, quadricep, did not practice.
Shocker.
Nigel, ankle and illness, did not practice. So hopefully the ankle's better. Just the illness that kept him out. You know what I mean? Obviously, Deshaun did not practice, and Jernigan Foot did not practice. So there's your injury report. And Lorenzo Alexander, rest. Josh Brown, rest, did not practice for them. Kirk Coleman, hamstring. They got some guys on there.
And they're not that. I mean, we've been able to handle the run, except for if it's Ezekiel Elliott. But Singletary's going to be back. Or not? Is it Singletary? Yeah. I always get it between him and Montgomery.
David Montgomery and Devin Singletary.
Yeah.
Two rookies.
But I would expect we would handle Singletary. He's very good.
And the ageless wonder.
So I would assume then. I would assume. Guess they don't have him. Guess they don't have him back yet. LeBlanc. I don't see LeBlanc anywhere.
No, because apparently he's on that list. He was on not the pup. And it wasn't the I don't know if it was
No,
the
I think
IR.
it was the
Was it the pup?
Or the preseason pup to where you can come back whenever.
It was
type
like
of
week
thing.
9. So people were saying he was ready. I'm like, no, it's supposed to be week 9 right before the bye.
We'll see how that goes. But regardless, frig, man. Offense side of the ball. I need Zach Ertz to step up. I really do.
It's a good one.
I really do. I need Ertz to step up.
I think you have to, because what deep threats are they getting since Deshaun's been out? Most of it's been Miles Sanders, right?
Yeah, he's got the longest.
Look. I mean, Ertz has got to step up and be that. I mean, I get that he's been getting doubled, but there's ways out of that.
Yeah, but let me get some chunk plays.
Yeah.
I know you don't break a lot of tackles and shit like that, or any. So give me 20-yard gash plays. Let me start seeing some gashes.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go Zach Ertz defensively, boys.
Defensively, I'm going to go. I don't know. I'm going to go up front. I'm going to go Fletcher Cox. I'm going to go.
Hitting all my fantasy players right
I
now.
went offensive line. Now I'm going defensive line. Some things that we have struggled with recently, and if we're going to get back to what we think we are in a playoff team at minimum, they need to step up.
Absolutely.
Micah Hyde.
Man,
I know where you're going.
who do you think?
I was going to say Jalen.
No, because I expect him to play good. At least from what I saw Sunday. So I expect him to come out and play good.
That means you're going line.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking like somebody needs to step up over there.
BG.
Yeah, I swear I was going. I was going Brandon Graham. I need Brandon Graham to wake the hell up. The Ezekiel Elliott move. I mean, oh my God.
That's another.
His jock is still on the ground.
Yeah.
That's another Howie move, by the way.
Yeah.
Bringing him back.
Well, I talked about that the other night. I have no problem bringing him back, but then you're bringing Vinny Curry back too. You're under the salary cap. Why not say nah? Bring Vinny Curry here too, and then go spend money on a D Ford. Some of the other names of some D linemen.
Frank Clark,
like some just guys that are pass rush specialists. Because that's what you need to be successful. So, that irked me. So I'll go Brandon Graham. Let's get into Phillies for a second.
Real quick, Josh Allen. This is from TTP. Josh Allen's going to light us up. Thank God it's 10-9-8 season. That stadium was hype as hell tonight. And then he says, I'm done with Nelson. We have one legit receiver in Alshon who's aging and can't stretch the field. A horrible secondary, 2 backup linebackers starting, and a banged-up D-line.
Can't say I disagree with any of that.
Hard to win with that.
Spot on.
There's no lies there.
It's hard to win with that. We really need to get this win and try to get some guys healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the biggest thing, because if we can get out of this game with a win and get some guys healthy, we can get back to the thing we can compete and win this division.
And it's a very winnable game next week, too.
Yeah.
Mitchell doesn't scare me, and their defense is struggling. They just gave up like 30-something points.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, some of the turnovers were a part of that, but still.
Yeah.
But still, you know.
Which is something you hope that our defense can create against a bad quarterback.
Like I said, when Timmy Jernigan comes back and if Deshaun, I feel like I got to throw if now. If those two come back, just those two alone, the defense will look completely different and the offense will.
Yeah, and I'll go a little different. I'll agree with you on Timmy, and I'll just say, and I'll piggyback that in the Derby, like a healthy Derby, and then it was
strange that he was active and then didn't play.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But Orlando Scandrick did.
Yeah, but maybe he wasn't truly healthy.
Yes, and then they cut him because they realized Darby's healthy. He was in practice. He wasn't on the injury report. So he was a participant in practice today. So that's a good sign. So and maybe Sidney can play the slot. Maybe you put Sidney in the slot.
He was benched last week too.
Yeah, but
he did not see the field.
Yeah, so maybe you put him in the slot because he's better in the slot. He can be a little more physical in the slot.
Yeah.
Who are you putting against Beasley?
I have them losing, so that's why.
Well, I mean, you gotta match up this week. But managerial again, stuff we know. It's going to be Joe Girardi.
It's got to be Joe.
Right? It's 99% sure that it's Joe Girardi.
Yeah.
All right. So you can pack it in on that, and let's freaking go. And we actually had a real baseball manager coming here to Philadelphia. It's about damn time that I had to deal with this jabron for 2 years. And 2 years felt like 10 with this idiot. That's why I said it's about time. And the next you could take with him is Matt Klintak. But I love that John Middleton has gotten aggressive and went and hired a big-time scout from the Yankees as the head scout of this organization and really has made a push to do the right things and has realized I have to grow my farm system and I have to bring in a competent and leader of men, a real leader of men in a manager, and that is Joe Girardi.
Yeah.
And a guy who has a big-time clue to the game but has no problem with analytics. That's why he's a fit, because he's fine with analytics, but he's got the gut.
Yeah.
He's got the gut, and I need the gut. All these teams tonight are playing analytic baseball too. But both managers, tonight are gut guys too.
Well, a big play right before the Nationals blew it open was Adam Eaton laying down a bunt, moving guys over to second and third with less than 2 outs.
Little things, Greg. But boys, family, we're going to get the hell out of here.
Thank you.
My contact feels like it's falling out. We love you. Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Greg Milanovic, Robbie Pope on the ones and twos. ATSSportPicks.com. Use promo code A2D. Get 20% off. Win some money, family. They're out there giving you picks. Weekend packages, monthly packages, yearly packages, whatever you want. Fits all budgets. We love you all. We'll see you Sunday night on Agree to Disagree. But tomorrow night, Lazy Book and Hockey Happy Hour. PSG Friday night.
Is there a Wood on Friday morning?
We'll talk about it. Weekly Roundup.
No lazy booking tomorrow. Crumb's sick.
Yep, that's right. No lazy booking. Hockey Happy Hour, new time slot, 8 o'clock.
Love it.
Love it. All right.
Ooh.
Done and done.
Coming on early.
So join the boys, Hockey Hour tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, and PSG, Friday, 8 o'clock, and weekly roundup. And then you got the rundown, not lazy booking, in this very ring, and then you'll have Agree Disagree. Tons of shit. You got everything. You should know this by now. We out.